wake of that whole Civil War thing that Marvel did, every American state got its own superhero team. In the case of Florida, they got a group called the Command. And unfortunately, the Command head into a swamp to discover zombies! But these zombies are special, having been created by a zombie Deadpool, a refugee from the Marvel Zombies universe. Indeed, my children, the zombie plague has finally spread to the main Marvel universe. Fortunately, there are two survivors. Jennifer Kyle, an Atlantean princess, and Aquarian, a space hippie. Aquarian is infected, but fortunately his powers allow him to go into hibernation to try to purge the infection. The proper authorities are indeed aware of the coming zombie infection, partially thanks to Deadpool's disembodied head. More on that another day. On the battle with the Command. Heading things up is Armor, the alternate reality monitoring and operational response agency, a subdivision of S.H.I.E.L.D. that is currently employing Michael Morbius, the living vampire. Vampires and zombies? I feel warm and at home in this one. Or perhaps that's just the sunburn from the summer sun. They also call in a specialist, Aaron Stark, the Machine Man. Basically, he's like Bender from Futurama, except even more annoyed by fleshy humans. They explain that the Marvel Zombies universe is one that runs perpendicular to theirs, the two worlds intersecting at a single point, in this case a Florida swamp. Morbius wishes to create a vaccine against the zombie plague, but for that, they'll need an uninfected blood sample from the Marvel Zombie universe. Machine Man is tasked to go into the zombie universe alongside Jocasta, a robot created by Hank Pym and a former Avenger herself, to collect the sample. Unfortunately, what they do not know is that this Morbius is holding the real one hostage, and is actually a zombie Morbius from the other universe, here to spread the hunger gospel. However, I don't think Zombius really thought through the plan of sending two machine people into the zombie universe, for as Machine Man points out, he can eviscerate all the fleshy ones he wants with zero consequence, and they'll pay him for it. So it's not really a zombie universe, but robot heaven! Or is it? Well, we'll get back to that. In the meantime, we learn that apparently the Kingpin survived his encounter with the Punisher back in Marvel Zombies vs. Army of Darkness and became zombified himself. He kept his wife alive and human by locking her in a vault while he forged alliances with the remaining supervillains. Yes, it has been 1 year since the zombie heroes devoured Galactus and set off for the stars, leaving behind a whole ton of zombie supervillains. The Kingpin, working with the Jackal, is able to create clone humans to feed the zombie hordes and holds all the power himself. Machine Man and Jocasta get the blood sample from the Kingpin's wife, but Aaron Stark sees the clone humans being destroyed and wrecked without concern, and sees in them his own robot kind, and thus sets out to deal with the zombies himself. Meanwhile, we learn that Zombie Morbius plans to use the 50-state initiative to infect all of America's superhero teams at once, under the pretense of getting them a vaccine for the zombie plague. Machine Man escapes on Zombie Ghost Rider's motorcycle, because of course Robot Heaven would have the most awesome things ever, while Jocasta returns with the blood sample. Unfortunately, by this point the ruse is over and the plague has spread throughout the operatives of Armor. Jocasta manages to hold off the zombies from reaching their teleporters as Machine Man returns, having killed the Jackal and his cloning technology to ensure there will be no more human cattle. The zombies are defeated, but it seems that before Jocasta could secure the teleporters, a zombie got to them. They will need a special team to hunt down this zombie. Unfortunately, the real Morbius has a team in mind, the Midnight Suns! And indeed, come back tomorrow, my children, for the next step in the saga. Marvel Zombies 4! Midnight Suns!